Today we discuss about the concept of quantum mechanics. It's a very important subject for electronic science student and also the physics honors. So first of all, what is a quantum physics? There are lots of chapters are available. First chapter is the black body radiation. So in today's lecture we discuss about what is black body radiation. Okay, what is black body radiation? Okay, lots of books available in the market. From here we read the quantum mechanics and the concept of quantum mechanics. First of all, student, please note that all bodies radiate electromagnetic energy. Okay, that means all body radiates different types of frequency, either low frequency, either mid frequency, either high frequency, different types of frequency. So that means if all body radiate the electromagnetic energy, so there must be present the value of lambda, that means the wavelength. So the amount and the characteristics of this radiation, I again repeat, the amount and the characteristics of this radiation from any body depend on two factors. Okay, number one factor is the temperature of that particular body, that means temperature in a Kelvin scale, and the nature of the surface. Okay, the number two is nature of the surface. Okay, so this is a very important part. So and from the black body theory, it is mentioned that the same body will also absorb radiation falling on it. Okay, the same body will also absorb radiation falling on it. So now in 1899, Kirchhoff proposed one law that the ratio of emissive power to the absorptive power for radiation of a given wavelength is the same or constant for all bodies at the same temperature and is equal to the emissive power of a perfect black body at that temperature. Please note that this is proposed by the Kirchhoffs, and therefore thus the terms emissivity and the absorptivity are used to characterize the nature of the surface. A surface that can absorb all of the radiant energy falling on it has an absorptivity equals to 1, the value equals to 1, and also emissivity equal to 1. A body with such a characteristics or such a surface is known as the black body. The concept of black body begins from this concept from here. Then according to the Kirchhoff's proposition or from the Kirchhoff's law, the emissive power of a black body is a function of temperature only. Okay, and it is noted that in a practical scenario there is no perfect black body is not available. So students, please note that there are some relationship about wavelength versus intensity of radiation. That means in the next part we discuss about lambda versus E lambda. What is the meaning of lambda? That means this is a wavelength, and we plot some graph, and from this graph we have conclude different types of scenarios, and this is energy spectral density, or also known as intensity of radiation. Okay, so the graph is look like this. If we plot here lambda here, and here we plot the value of E lambda, then the radiation graph is look like that. Okay, so this is the value of different temperature scale T1, T2, T3 and T4, different temperature, and this is the peak value of energy. This is a peak value energy. In the next part we discuss about why this peak is shifted towards the origin or zero values. This is also called another law. In the later part we will discuss about that, but today we study about these characteristics of this graph. The first of point, from this figure the following conclusion may be also drawn. Number one, what is the number one? The number one conclusion is that at a particular temperature, that means T1, T2, T3 or T4, any particular temperature, the energy is not uniformly distributed in the radiation spectrum. So from this graph it will be show that there is a no constant nature. There is a variation of graph depending on the lambda, and variation of this E lambda, and also depend on the one perfect temperature. So if these are T1, this is look like this. If this is the value of T2, then this is look like a value of this. So this is the first point. At a particular temperature, the energy is not uniformly distributed in the radiation spectrum. Okay, number two, at a given temperature, the intensity of the radiation increases. The intensity of the radiation increases. Okay, that means intensity means this E lambda value. So what is the conclusion? To at a given temperature, that means on one fixed value of temperature, that means if we here consider one fixed value of temperature, that is T4 or T3, any one, at a given temperature, the intensity of radiation increases with increase in wavelength. So if we increase this wavelength, this is also the E lambda equal to increases, and at a particular wavelength called, this is called lambda m, that is the maximum value of lambda for which the energy spectral density also maximum value, what I'm saying, and at a particular wavelength lambda m where the intensity is maximum. Okay, now number third point, as the temperature of the radiation is increased, that means T1 to T2 to T4. So here we mentioned that T4 is greater than T3 and greater than T2 greater than T1. Okay, this is T2 and this is T1. Okay, so what is the conclusion 3? As the temperature of the radiation is increased, the particular wavelength lambda m at which the intensity is maximum, that means here at lambda the intensity is maximum, here at this point the lambda is maximum, and also the energy spectrum maximum. So there are lots of just 1 minute, I show in a fresh graph in the following figure. So this is look like this in a T1, this is look like this. We have shown 3 different temperature graph. Okay, so this is first temperature, this is second temperature, this is a third temperature. Okay, this is T1, T2, T3. So if we increase this value of lambda, then this is not uniformly distributed, this is increase also, and at a certain value this is a peak point and then also decreases. Okay, so as the temperature of the radiation is increased, at the particular wavelength lambda m, that is at this temperature this is a lambda m, at this temperature this is lambda m. There are different lambda m we are getting for different temperatures, at which the intensity is maximum is shifted towards the lower value. Okay students, so this is, it is shown that this is shifted towards the lower values, that means to the origin. Okay, in the number 4, the conclusion is that for all wavelength, an increase in temperature causes an increase in the energy emission. For all wavelength, here for all wavelength, an increase in temperature, if we increase this temperature T1 to T2, then it causes the increase in the energy emission. That means it's increase the value of E lambda. Okay, now number 5, the area under the curve, the area under each curve represents the total energy emitted for the complete spectrum at a given temperature. That means these are area under the curve. This is defined the complete. This is defined this curve defined the total energy emitted for the complete spectrum at a given temperature. Okay, so now this is the concept of blackbody radiation, and from the blackbody radiation here you conclude, and here you plot the lambda versus d lambda. Then and here mention that here the value of lambda, the scale factor is minus 10 to the power minus 6 meter. Okay, so now in the next part we discuss the different law, and after this lecture in the next video we established all these formula or all this theorem from the Planck's blackbody radiation. So now we discuss about Wien's displacement formula, Wien's displacement law. Okay, Wien's displacement law. So what is Wien's displacement law? The law is the shift in the peak of the intensity distribution curve is found to be obey one empirical relationships. The relationship is, this is a lambda m where the peak is maximum and multiplied by the temperature is equal to the constant. So this is the Wien displacement law, where B is universal constant and the value is 2.8978 into 10 to the power minus 3 mk. Okay, meter Kelvin. That means this is m, not a minus sign, this is m, meter Kelvin. That means this is an m parameter of lambda and k is a parameter of temperature T. Okay, so this is called the Wien's displacement law. So in the next part we discuss about Stefan Boltzmann here the Boltzmann spelling is very important. Here use 2n, Boltzmann. Okay, so the Boltzmann relationship is that we measure the value of E lambda for a particular wavelength, for a difference of wavelength, that means 0 to infinity, or in the infinite values of this integration of E lambda d lambda represents the total energy spectrum values. Okay, it's also measuring the intensity of E lambda for a particular wavelength also. And if we measure from lambda to lambda plus d lambda, lambda to lambda plus d lambda, so here you also mention that lambda to lambda plus d lambda for a difference of small wavelength, if we measure this value, so getting this integration, from this integration we value the energy, and the value of energy is sigma to the power 4. In the later video we will discuss about the thoroughly we expressed or defined the mathematical expression also. Okay, so this is called the Stefan-Boltzmann law. Here sigma is the Stefan constant. This is known as Stefan's constant, and T equal to the temperature in Kelvin scale. Okay, temperature in Kelvin scale. Okay, and this sigma is represent unit as a unit representation is arc per second per centimeter square and degree to the power 4. Okay, is known as also Stefan constant. Okay, now in the next part we will discuss about Rayleigh-Jeans law. Rayleigh-Jeans law. Rayleigh-Jeans law. So first of all, what is Rayleigh-Jeans law? Rayleigh-Jeans law basically used for to measure the number of degree of freedom, or for any particular waves. That means within an enclosure at a constant temperature. Let us consider that within an enclosure at a constant temperature, the electromagnetic radiation may be considered or may be expressed. Okay, may be considered or may be expressed to be a superposition of infinite harmonic plane wave that corresponds to the various normal modes of vibration, or known as degree of freedom. Okay, various normal modes of vibration, or also known as degree of freedom. And some concept of from the concept of statistical mechanics, we write that this is the symbol of n nu d nu, that means number of modes. This n nu d nu, where n nu is the number of degree of freedom, this expression can be written as, in the later video we will thoroughly discuss about this theorem, from where this equation is coming. Here nu is equals to the frequency, that means c by lambda. So Rayleigh-Jeans law is expressed and to also the used for to measure the energy also, and here the energy equals to from 0 to infinity E nu, energy at particular frequency, in d nu. Okay, this also expressed the value of energy. Okay, so this is known as the Rayleigh-Jeans law formula, from where we measure the different kind of parameters which is used in a quantum mechanics, like a number of modes, degree of freedom, or also known as degree of freedom, energy density E nu, or in a particular lambda, or in a particular in a Rayleigh-Jeans formula. One thing is mentioned that from Planck's law we prove that means from the Rayleigh-Jeans law, E lambda d lambda means the energy value at a particular lambda is equals to 8 pi kt divided by lambda to the power 4. Okay, this is a very important and used in various application in physics and also electronics. Okay, and this equation is also helps us to study the solar physics also. Different values of lambda and different values of energy emission are known from these equations. Okay, so this is a special condition of Planck's law, and also known as Rayleigh-Jeans law. That means energy at a particular wavelength is proportional to the 1 by lambda to the power 4. Okay, so now today we discuss about another postulate, another hypothesis in a quantum mechanics, which is also known as Planck's law of radiation. So it's a very important, because from the concept of Planck's, we will say that the starting of quantum mechanics. Before Planck's, there is only one concept of physics that exists, that is known as the classical mechanics, and from this concept of Planck's law of radiation, this is basically a quantum hypothesis. Okay, so this is basically a quantum hypothesis, hypothetical research or hypothesis. These are hypotheses. So first of all, Planck's hypothesis or Planck's quantum hypothesis, it is assumption that what Planck assumption that the energies of the oscillator means the vibrating particles in the walls of a black body, cannot have any arbitrary values. Okay, this is Planck hypothesis. Planck says that this cannot have any arbitrary values but are limited to set of discrete values. So according to Planck hypothesis, I again repeat, according to Planck hypothesis, if a particle oscillating with a frequency nu, okay, its energy can have only the represent as a sets of values. That means this energy is expressed by the formula nh nu, where nu is the frequency, h is known as Planck constant, E is energy, and what is the value of n? This n is an integer. Okay, and this increase value of energy n, we increase the number of energy level which is depend on the n, and here should be mentioned that n is integer. These n cannot be represented as a float values. This is not a possible in a quantum mechanics, because Planck already says that the energy can represent in a sets of discrete values. Okay, so this is the first prediction or hypothesis given by the Planck's. So now we draw this energy level. Here we draw the energy level. This is just a concept from the concept. This is a very basic concept. So these quantum mechanics are very necessary for BSc electronics or BSc physics honors. This is not a MSc standard. This is for the graduation students or BTech students also. This is 5h nu, and these are different types of energy level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the value of n. Okay, this is the value of n, and here this is the axis of n, and this is the axis of energy. Okay, sorry. So the most important thing is that there are several methods are available to calculate the average energy of this total energy band. What is average energy? And this figure shows the discontinuous set of energy level of oscillators at temperature T according to Planck's hypothesis. Okay, and the number of oscillators in the energy state. Please note that the number of oscillator in the energy state En equals to nh nu. So this is the depend on three values nh nu, and determine the Maxwell-Boltzmann constant, but the value is Nn equals to n0 e to the power minus En by kt. This expression is coming from MB statistics, from the statistical mechanics. MB statistics informs us that if in a ground energy level the number of oscillator or the number of particle equal to n0, then according to MB statistics the number of particle in a nth level, this is the nth level energy level or nth level particle, is represented by this equation n0 into e to the power En by kt. Okay, so here if En equal to 0, so at the ground level energy, if En equal to 0, then we see that Nn equal to n0. So this is a very clear cut mathematics, where n0 is the number of particle in the ground state. Please students keep in mind that n0 is the number of oscillators in the ground state, and the number of Nn, that means this number Nn is decreases exponentially with increase in En. So if this value is increased, then this value is decreases. So particle number in the higher energy level are lesser than the particle number in the lower energy level. Okay, so now it is mentioned that, so from the Planck's hypothesis we measure one thing, it is called average energy. Sorry, this is not a vector sign, this is average energy. The average energy is equals to the formula expressed by n equal to 0 to infinity nn En. This is the average energy formula. Nn means number of particles in the nth energy level, and this is the nth energy level. This is n equal to 0 to infinity, okay, and this is also number of particle nn. So just putting the value, this is n equal to 0 to infinity. This is very simple mathematics. So e to the power minus En by kt, okay, and this is En, and here n equal to 0 to infinity, this is also n0 e to the power minus En by kt. This is represented by n0. This is basically this is n, okay, this is n0 by En by kt, okay. So now in the next line, just we express this equation by this another form. This n equal to 0 to infinity. So these n0 are cancel out. So this En by this not a En, we put here the value nh nu by kt, okay, and here we putting this value nh nu from the previous equation. So here n equal to 0 to infinity also, and this is e to the power minus nh nu by kt, okay. Please note that. So this is our last expression of average energy, okay. Clear? So now after some mathematical computation, here lots of problems, lots of methods are available, either binomial series, and here we apply the binomial series. So after getting this lots of mathematical computation, we getting the formula of average energy. E average equals to h nu divided by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. So this is very important. So this is the relationship between energy and also the frequency nu, and also the temperature, okay. So now this is called the average energy expression from the Planck's hypothesis, okay. So now from the Planck's radiation formula, if we compute E nu d nu, the formula is 8 pi c cube into nu square d nu into E average, okay. This is the formula. This is 8 pi by c cube. So putting this value 8 pi by c cube into nu square into d nu into h nu e to the power h nu by kt minus 1, okay. This is E nu d nu, and if we convert this formula in a lambda, in a wavelength, that means we also know that nu equal to c by lambda, okay. Therefore d nu, this is a mod value, because negative value of wavelength is not a physical meaning in a physics or electronics. Negative wavelength is not any physical interpretation. So if we putting this value in the last equation, so E lambda d lambda is expressed as a, this is just a simple mathematics. We putting this value. Students, after please you try, and after some mathematical computations, we get this equation lambda kt. This is a t, okay. This is a t, okay. This is d lambda, okay. So this is the final equation, 8 pi by lambda cube, 8 pi by lambda cube, hc by lambda. H means Planck constant, c is the speed of light, lambda means wavelength, e to the power hc by lambda kt minus 1. So this is the final expression of Planck's hypothesis, Planck's radiation formula, and this E lambda d lambda is the energy in terms of wavelength, okay. So that's all for today. In the next lecture, we'll discuss about the different types of formula like a Wien's law, Legendre law, wind displacement law are compute from this Planck's law of hypothesis.